Hi everybody, welcome back. This is Professor West, and in this segment we're going to start using formulas. Formulas are incredibly important. They're not that difficult to use, but they're so powerful. You're going to be amazed. So let's jump right in, and I'm going to ask you to follow along with me here and create along with me so that you can do it too. So let's start with a blank sheet. If you don't have one up, go ahead and pause this video and get you one. And I'm going to pretend like we're taking orders. So we need an item that somebody wants to purchase, how many they want to purchase. So I'm going to put quantity, cost per item. So I'm just going to put cost, and total. And for now, I'm going to do like we did before. I'm going to highlight all four of these, and I'm going to spread them out just to make them all the exact same. So, what are we going to sell? It really doesn't matter. Let's say it's, I don't know, sports equipment. Let's say we're selling sports balls. So, the first item we're going to put baseballs. And let's say somebody wants to buy 25 of them, and let's say they're $4.99 a piece. And we're not going to put anything in the total yet. Now, let me show you a couple things. I've told you before, it tries to fill in the type that you're using. So here it knew that I'm using words and text, so it's going to treat this cell as text. I put numbers in this one, so it's going to treat it as a number. I put a number in this one, and it doesn't understand that I wanted it to be dollar signs. So I'm going to highlight this cell and the next few below it, and I'm going to right click, and I'm going to come down to where it says Format Cells. And I'm going to come over on these tabs. Let's go over to where it says Number. And let's come down to Currency. Currency means money. We have a lot of different choices though. General means that it's going to do, based on whatever it thinks. That's how they are by default. Number means that it's always going to be a number. Currency means that it's going to be with a dollar sign. We can do date, we can do time, percentages, and so forth. Let's choose currency. And then we come up with some options. Do we want to have decimal places? Well, typically when we deal with currency, we have 2 decimal places. But a lot of times if you go to a restaurant or something now, a lot of times it'll just have an 8 for the price instead of 8.00 or something like that. So it's entirely up to you. You could set it to be more precise if you wanted. And here's some examples of how it would look. But really, there's no need. If you want to have the dollar sign on there. And then also how you want it to display negative numbers. Do you want it to display it with a minus sign? Do you want it just to display it in red? Do you want it to display it in parentheses? Or red with parentheses? Usually, either of these two with the red will be good. So I'm going to choose that one, and I'm going to pick OK. And see how it put the dollar sign here now. So let's say we're also going to sell some footballs. And we're going to sell 5 footballs, and they're, I don't know, $12.99 each. I have no idea why. And we need to have a few more, so let's do soccer balls. And we're also going to sell 5 of them, and let's say they're $9.99 each. And basketballs. And we're going to sell 11 of those for, I don't know, $14.99. So let's say that this is some high school has put in this order and this is what they need for today. Here's what's great about Excel. I can come in and see now, we could come in and manually figure out 25 times $5 would be almost $125. But if you come to Excel and you put an equal sign here, this is going to be a function. I'm sorry, a formula. Now, remember in like school when you would say 2 times, let's see, you wanted to buy 2 pizzas for $10 a pizza, so you would say, okay, 2 times 10, and that would be 20. That's what we're going to do here. We're going to put an equal sign first to tell it that it's going to be a formula. And then we're going to put in, now this is in column C, and this is row 4. So I'm going to say C4, and it doesn't matter if the C is capitalized. But see how it put this here to show me that that's where I'm at. Then I'm going to use the multiplication sign, which is the asterisk, which you get by pushing Shift and the 8 on the numbers across the top of the keyboard. Also, if you're using the number pad over on the right, it's above the 9 usually. And it just looks kind of like a star. And so 25 times, and this is D4, so I'm going to put D4, and when I press enter, it automatically calculates that for me. If you want to see the formula, you can always click back on it and see it up here. If you click twice, it puts it back in the cell like it was, in case you need to change it. Now let me show you a few of the amazing things about Excel. And this is why I keep saying over and over that every single small business owner in America should understand this program. Because watch this. If I come over to the bottom right corner and I drag it down, it's automatically going to put that same formula in each one of these rows, but it's going to adjust it. So instead of saying this one times this one is this one, now it's going to say this one times this one is this one. It adjusted it for each row. And you can see that by clicking on it. If I come here, it's saying this one times this one is the amount that's displaying. Now that's pretty incredible. Imagine a whole spreadsheet. Imagine you sold 500 things and you've got them all lined up like this. And then the school comes in and says, oh, you know what? We changed that up. We now need to order 7 footballs. So you come here and you put a 7 in. Well, look at this. Ready? When I press that enter key, it automatically recalculates everything that's attached to this cell. It just changed this one from 64 to 90 because I bought 2 more of them. If I decided with this one I only want 4 soccer balls, my total over there is going to change. It's going to go down 10. $9.99. Oh, basketballs. I was going to buy 11. Now I'm going to buy 16. It automatically adjusts this, which is incredible. Because, like I said, imagine you have 500 things. You don't want to have to change that from a 5 to a 7 and then go in and do the calculation. Because it's really easy to miss those. You might not get them all. But Excel will automatically do it for you anytime you change any of these. If I change this price from $9.99 to $8.99, guess what? It automatically recalculates my totals here. Isn't that amazing? I love that about Excel. And again, to do a formula, you start with an equal sign, and then you put the cells. Okay, now I'm going to show you something else that's even easier. So I'm going to highlight these and delete them. I welcome you to join me. And now what I did a minute ago was I said equals, and then I came through and I calculated this as C4, and I put the C4 there. But watch this. Imagine I've got a whole lot going on, and I don't want to keep looking up to see what cells are what. I click on it, it puts it in there for me. Then I put the multiplication, and I click on this one, it puts it in there for me. It's exactly the same as if you go through and type it yourself. And again, if you just click this and drag it down, it fills these in automatically. I could have another one down here. Let's say I want total sales. And I could come through and I could say equals all of these. And see what it did there? It said E4 colon E7, which means start at E4 and keep going till you get to E7. Except it copied them, it didn't. That's because I'm a little silly sometimes with this. Okay, let me do that a little different. Equals this one plus this one plus this one plus this one. I got a little bit ahead of myself. Oops. Yeah, it's taken off the... I got a little ahead of myself. The way I was trying to do it is actually a function, which we're going to get to in the next section. These are formulas. So now, let's say they come in and they say, oh wait, now we changed our mind, we need 9 footballs. Well, not only is this 90 going to change, but this one's going to change too. Everything that is linked to this one is going to change automatically when you change it. So again, if I change this price from $14.99 to $12.99, it changed my total here, and it changed my total sales. This is the reason that Excel is so powerful and so useful. Like I said, imagine a giant sheet. Maybe you're a sporting goods store with 500 items, and you're selling all this stuff. You don't want to have to keep going back and double checking all your numbers. And Excel automatically does it. Anytime you have a total column or a total row, anytime you have anything that says total, that should immediately tell you that that is either going to be a formula or a function, which we're going to get to. Functions are like complex formulas. So we'll get to that in a minute, or in the next one. But anytime you see total, that should tell you you're not just going to type a number in here. You're going to type a formula or a function. Okay? So that's it for this segment, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, everybody.